Part 92 for reasons why people just don't want to work anymore. Possible trigger warning because this list is definitely going to make you mad. We had a coworker die and tumble out of the porta-john on the job. Supervisors placed cones around his body and made us continue working while waiting on first responders. My retail manager screamed at my 72-year-old coworker with cancer in front of customers because she wouldn't quit because she couldn't. It was horrible. My apartment was robbed, and within 12 hours, probably less, my grandmother passed. I was a wreck, and my manager made me come into work. Had a panic attack within 10 minutes of being there. She told me to compose myself. Luckily, the district manager was there and sent me home. My company refused to fire a girl who quite literally almost blew up the place twice a year for 4 years and literally drove people off the road while eating and driving a company vehicle, among other things. The boss in charge was later fired for grand theft, over $10,000. He was never arrested or told to pay it back. Meanwhile, I get a talking to if I park too far away from the previous person. I don't know why I'm still there. I worked as a canvasser, never been in that line of work before, so I wasn't used to people being rude to me the way that people are rude when you go door to door. Well, I had one day where it bothered me a lot because people were just being relentlessly rude, and the next day I got fired for not being happy enough. I used to work at a farm that had like slides and pigs and animals and stuff. It was a family place that you could go to. Well, one day when I was working a specific slide, there was no kids going down it for like a good solid hour. And then one of the manager people came on their little Segway machine, came up to me, had a talking with me, and said I wasn't smiling enough. So when I'm standing at the top of the slide, do you expect me to just be like, I'm just going to stand there and wait like a normal person? The owners of a place I used to work saw my wife's social, got mad at me for it, asked me to stop her from posting. My response was, that's her account. I can't control it any more than I can control her. My significant other stopped breathing and was in the hospital on a breathing machine. When I called his manager to tell her, she said, well, it's a no-call, no-show until I talk to him. I called the district manager and he resolved it. I have depression and anxiety. Pretty sure I'm autistic with ADHD. I had a lot of drama going on in my personal life, and work was only adding to the stress. I had a mental breakdown at work. After being forced to work for free on a Saturday, I was fired that next Monday. The boss and her lackey were gossiping about me in earshot of my coworker after I left. They fired me because of my mental health issues, filed a lawsuit for discrimination. Coworker signed a witness statement saying that's why they fired me. After about a year of BS, I have a $25,000 payday. I used to work for Love's Truck and Travel Stores. A female coworker was SA'd twice by 2 different customers in a 2-week period. Managers denied seeing anything on surveillance. Then we were told we couldn't fight off an assault because it could end up with the company being sued. We all picked a date and quit simultaneously. And at number 10, I requested a day off from a fast food joint I was working at. My brother was having surgery for cancer, so I knew I'd be an emotional wreck. The scheduling manager literally said, doesn't your brother's cancer doctor know your job is more important? Why can't they reschedule to a more convenient date for you? I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Why and how do these managers and bosses get in the position that they are in? Do you have to be a complete asshole with zero empathy to have one of those job positions? Because I just don't get it. Anyway, let's just go wholesome. I manage for a Dollar General, and let me just say, our regulars are truly the only good thing about this job. Employees are done so wrong with this company, and our regulars see it because a lot of the time, they catch us crying or really upset because of it, and they are always so kind. I had one of my church-going regulars bring us plates of food for Christmas Eve, and one brought me one yesterday because they were doing a potluck at church. They see me working 6, sometimes 7 days a week, and no, I don't get to eat most days, so they make sure I do. My first job working in a grocery store, I developed a really serious skin infection but didn't know it. I was in a lot of pain while working, and my store manager asked me what was wrong. When I told him I was hurt and showed him the skin on my back, he dropped everything to take me to the doctor's then and there. He made sure I got seen right away, then drove me to get my meds and home. He made sure I had people who would look after me when I got home too. Best manager I've ever had. Do you see how incredibly easy it is to just be nice? So please, just be nice. It's not hard.